Dror and Reuven should present us their things. So who of them wants to start? Reuven?
Yes. Can you make me the presenter?
Yeah, making a presenter. Presenter. Okay, you are.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will start with presenting the React Native implementation we did. Okay. Um, I'll just start and then think how deep I want to go into it. But let's start maybe with Zap. Let me minimize this one. Okay, so basically we added a React Native plugin. Okay, for each screen we will have a different plugin of React. Currently we have only one screen. Now Francois and I are working on the second screen with inline player included. We had a development in the rake script to support the React. It's a bit complicated, so on some of the things I will talk in shortly, and if anyone is interested, so is welcome to research it. But first of all, we added React packages. I will show what we do with it. Second of all, we added, okay, first of all, maybe it's this Boolean React Native 2, yeah, that we can use in order to know to run few more phases in the rake script. Extra dependencies, we have the ability now to add extra dependencies to the build Gradle. Okay, before we had only dependency name and dependency version. Okay, now you have the extra dependencies. I don't remember if only React plugins use this, populate this field or not. We have the npm dependencies, okay, but if you need it, so we can also remove it and use it not only for React. For now, I don't remember. I think only for React we populate this field, and we have the npm dependencies. Okay, so what is React basically? React is a mix of native libraries and JavaScript libraries. Okay, in order to have React, unlike other third parties we are using, okay, React libraries are not AARs. You cannot just like import it from a JCentral or whatever. Instead, they are being installed but by a node, npm, whoever knows it. Okay, I don't know. I guess it's kind of a package manager like a Brew or whatever. Correct me if I'm wrong. Run.
It's a package manager for JavaScript node libraries. Yeah. Not only
Okay.
node, but for JavaScript library. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, it's a package manager. The way you use it is very similar for Brew. Let's look at the circle YAML for a second and then finish with this thing. So we have here npm install blah blah blah, and in the rake script we run npm install. You have like some kind of this npm install -s, and then on all the packages. I don't know, React Native. I don't remember if this is the syntax, and then something like that, and then it runs. This is it. It installs it. Basically, all the installation is done in the workspace directory, and everything is thrown into this folder. Okay, so basically every app that, oh, come on, every app that, okay, 1 second, sorry for that. Every app that has React Native, you will see after running Rake, you will see you have a new folder, node modules, okay, with everything populated. So by this flag in the manifest, you can give, you can define all the node modules you need to populate by node npm install. Yeah, okay, so React. I think I have it open. I think I don't have it here. Is there a smart way to open this as a project which doesn't involve like whatever? Anyway, so you have the React, you have a Git repository called Zap React Native Plugins Android. This is the base one. It has a core functionality of React inside, such as loader and loader, manager, activity lifecycle callbacks, whatever. This one actually is not React related. It is class that I created. It's very nice. It can be reused in other modules. For now, I just put it here. I don't know if you know activity lifecycle callbacks. You know this concept? No? You can register for all the activities lifecycle callbacks for the app. And this class specific activity lifecycle callback is registering for a specific activity. Okay, for example, if you are a view inside an activity and you want to register to your activities lifecycle, so now you can easily do by defining this thing. Nice. Anyway, I don't know if it can be reused for too many cases, but very nice class. So you have the loader, you have the manager. There are many parts for React. I don't know how technical I should get because it's like it's a complete mess on Android.
Very technical.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
a
yeah.
tech talk, so
You want me to be very technical?
Yes, please.
it's a tech talk.
Nice. Okay, so let's start with the loader I wrote. Okay, so we have the loader. I wrote, as you can see, the constructor is private. Okay, the way to use it is builder because it's more convenient. It has set activity, set initial lifecycle state. It has documentation for every method. Set listener, set bundle URL, set module name, debug yes or no. Actually, the debug yes or no, I don't think you should use. It's more like for Francois because you need to know how to use the debug mode. Extra React packages. Oh, am I still here? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
you're here.
Okay, I heard someone disconnecting. Anyway, yeah, so you have the extra React packages and the default plugin, for example, those ones, React packages, okay, for this one it's empty, but you will be able per plugin to add additional React packages to this loading state. Where was I? To this loading stage, and this is the way. So you will see the implementation for the plugins in the base plugin. And then you have the method load, and blah blah blah. You have cancel. Basically, currently the way we are working with React is React needs file that is called bundle. Okay, it needs to load it in order to know how to present the screen. So basically, React screen is, oh my God, Alyssa. Anyway, so the React screen basically is kind of an HTML, but instead of HTML content, you get a bundle. Okay, and then the React libraries knows to take this bundle and to run it. So basically, the way on Android, the way Facebook does it is you need to, this is why we have so many React classes, we need to load the bundle. Okay, I use volley in order to load the bundle. You cannot see it here, but I use volley and then save it into file. Okay, and then read this file. Okay, so this is the way this is the way basically that you show React content in app. It's very, 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 very disgusting. It's very not generic. And basically, in my implementation, I did a lot of no's that Facebook defines just in order to be able to use it in, like not a pure React app. For example, React was only meant for activities, to present full activities for React, okay? I basically implemented the loaders so you can present the React on any view. Basically, the React returns to you a view, okay? You have the load, you have the, you have the listener, no, let's go to the listener just to see a second.
Reuven, sorry, mate. Can you please open it with Xcode? At least we'll see some
Xcode, no.
markups.
Xcode, no, but it will take me time to open it.
No, but you can open it in 1 second. Open it in go to the Sublime that you have.
Okay, this is basically at least this file. So you have the listener, which is not defined here, so it makes sense that I cannot find it here. Loader, callbacks. I cannot find it here. Native base plugin. Okay, so
Reuven, you can open this folder in Sublime, and then you will be able to see that easier. But if you have it on
Android Studio, Android Studio.
Okay.
React Native base plugins. This is default. The base, I think, is in the SDK. Great. So if it's in the SDK, I think I should have it. Okay, so you have the loader listener, you have on load start, on load finished, on load canceled, on error. Okay, so basically when the React finishes loading, you get a view back and not activity. And it is more convenient. It's not like, most likely you cannot, with this infrastructure, implement any React view. For example, currently Francois and I ignored the back button pressing and whatever because we don't want, because React view is React lifecycle is very deep linked to activities, and we don't wanted to like start adding more and more code for activities. So basically we just said some things are not supported right now, and that's it. So basically, the React returns a view back. Yeah, let's go maybe on the plugin. Okay, so React Native default plugin. So this is the default plugin. Any plugin you create, you can extend this. Actually, you most likely want to extend this because it's pretty much generic. Just override the methods you want to override, but it defines it builds the loader that you saw before. Okay, sets the listener, and it gets a listener. Okay, so from basically load React Native view is something that is being called in different contexts. For example, the only current access point we have for React in the app is not only, sorry, we have 2 access points for React Native, okay, but both are generated from URL scheme. I'll explain the different scenarios, but basically every context that want to use the React Native, so basically you initiated the plugin by the plugin manager. Okay, you need the plugin name. You need the plugin name. The plugin name, you get it. Okay, this is specifically React Native fragment. Let's ignore it for now. But you need a plugin name in order to initiate a React Native base plugin. And then you are doing load and doing whatever you want and set the listener. Okay, for example, this listener shows progress bar, and then on load finished, it adds the React view as subview, puts it match parent, and dismiss the progress bar, and whatever. Okay, this is a very simple listener, as you can see. So basically, that's it. Everything else is down from this stage is like a black box. So basically, this is a very simple way, as you can see, to inflate a React view into your app. Okay, I'll talk maybe about the access points, and then if you have technical questions about the things we talked about, so maybe we'll do it this way, because it's like very wide, the implementation. But basically, there are 2 options to launch, to integrate React into the app that we currently added. One is URL scheme. Okay, let's see who creates this fragment. Okay, so basically you have URL scheme. Okay, you have URL scheme, present React Native URL scheme. Okay, it will be blah blah blah, present rn, and then you will have params inside. Let me 1 second, go to the implementation. Okay, you will have params. First of all, it supports the title in the navbar. Second of all, ouch. Okay. Second of all, this is what I explained the week before. Okay, the generic set fragment activity, the way to launch it. Okay, so it's basically the handling is creating a full screen activity with back button and navbar, and the fragment will be a React fragment. React fragment from scheme, basically we take the plugin parameter, we take the bundle parameter. Actually, it's a bit too more complicated than that, but let's split it into 2, I think.
Reuven,
Okay. Yeah.
I missed you a little bit. This is the activity or fragment. What are you showing?
This one, this method returns a fragment by URL scheme, React fragment by URL scheme.
What is this fragment?
This fragment, as I told you, is basically a fragment that presents React Native inside, okay? You can put it wherever you want, but the fragment itself is showing React Native inside.
Okay.
Okay, it does nothing but presenting showing the React Native inside. And in case of URL scheme, this fragment is added into full screen activity with navbar and back button. Okay, just like we open all the other URL schemes activities, you know. So, okay, so this fragment has two options to be initiated. First is with bundle name and plugin name. Maybe I'll show you an example.
That you send it part of the URL scheme?
Yeah. I'll show you an example URL scheme from, let's say, Quizy. Pause for, let's do pause for Quizy, whatever. You have two options to open. You have two options for your scheme currently. Okay, one, let's look at this. One is bundle name. Okay, one is bundle name. You can ignore these ones. It's for iOS. Okay, one is bundle name and plugin name. Okay, we set a default plugin name in case plugin name is null. Okay, so we have default plugin name. So you don't have to really put it. Okay, the default plugin name will be the base plugin that I showed you. Okay, so one is with bundle name. Bundle name, in case of bundle name, there is bundle name. I put bundle name, set arguments. Then when it is initiated, it has a method. I just want to show this method. Bundle name, I get bundle name, and then okay, and then you have you can load React Native view by module name, by module. Okay, it just gives the bundle name. Okay, this what happens when you have URL scheme only with bundle name, or you have another option to put on the URL scheme URL like HTTP blah 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 blah. Okay, full URL of the bundle. You remember when I'm saying bundle, I'm talking about the resource that you load in order to present the React, okay? The file that you need to download. So this is the URL for the bundle. This is a module name. Module name is by default for Applicaster things, okay? We don't need this information because we set defaults. The module name, I won't explain what is it because it's a bit more complicated. Let's say it is something that we did on the React side, not on the native. So basically, if someone creates for you a React bundle and tell you to download it and show it, whatever. So if it's Francois, you know that the module name is the same, you don't need it. If it's not Francois, you need to ask what is the module name. For example, if you show a third-party React screen, whatever, I don't know. You need to ask what is the module name. I think it is rn root or something, default Applicaster module name, rn root. Okay, whatever. And the bundle name, in case of Applicaster React page, so the bundle name, as you can see, sorry, is only a multi-channel EPG. We don't have the URL. Why? Because we are generating the URL the same way for all Applicaster page screens, you see? The bundle name we take, we replace it with multi-channel EPG, and bam, that's the URL. This is the URL to download it. If we go to Safari, put it here. Okay, tadam, it is downloading the bundle. Okay, this is the bundle that React needs in order to show it. Okay, this is the file React needs in order to show it. Anyway, yeah. So let's go back to the access point. Okay, so we can present React either by pure URL scheme, like opening QR code and put this URL scheme that I showed you. Okay, you can ignore this, I don't care. This is what Android needs. Okay, so this is one option. Either put it in a URL scheme, link category, or whatever, you know, like all the ways we have in Applicastor to show URL scheme. Or another option is to create a link category and put it in the side menu collection, which is what you have here in Quizy. Okay, you have this side menu collection. Okay, inside we put a link category, this one. Okay, which has this URL scheme for React Native. Basically, in this case, what it will do, it will open it as a fragment and not as an activity. Okay, like regular fragment, like you open all the items from the side menu. Okay, so if you put in the side menu collection link category with URL scheme, okay, for React, basically it will open it as a fragment. So this is for now the only 2 access points for React. It can be extended, and basically that's it. I know it's complicated. If you have free time and you are interested, you are welcome to drill down in this code. I think it's well documented. Francois also knows this implementation. That's it.
Reuven, I have one question.
Yeah.
ראובן, אחרי אני בא אליך שתסביר לי את זה.
Reuven, I have one question. Where can I find a short documentation that just explain me a short guide that just how to create a new React Native plugin?
Francois wrote something. How to create a what? React Native plugin?
Yes.
I don't know. Where can you find documentation of how to create a player plugin?
For that you can find on the player repositories, but
no, you're not. You don't have player repositories on Android.
Yes, you can find it, but
anyway, you have.
Question. We have or not?
You have the React Native plugin manager. Okay, you have the React Native plugin manager, like you have all the managers. This manager contains documentation of how basically it is the access point of the app to create the plugins. Yeah, it gives you the default plugin, and you can look and see what is the documentation of in the plugin itself. You also have documentation.
No, but what Udi is talking about is some sort of a guide of how to create a new plugin, how to implement a new, not to implement because the implementation side is on the JavaScript, but how to integrate.
Look, to be honest, okay, I don't see.
We don't have one. That's also okay.
No, the issue is that on Android, okay, the way it is written, also on iOS, by the way, okay, you don't need another React plugin. So what we will do, okay, if you want to create a new React screen, okay, is because of Udi's and run decision, you take, where is it? You take this one, you take its manifest, you duplicate it, you change this name to React Native whatever your screen, you change the identifier to React Native whatever your screen, and you keep everything the same, including the class name.
Okay, one
Basically,
question about
this is what you do.
Okay,
If
but
you
this
want
is
to
not.
create
Wait. Okay, if not tomorrow a React Native are changing the. Go back to the manifest, please. What happened if tomorrow React Native are changing? I want to use the extra dependencies that are not React Native 0.38.
Okay,
Okay, explain me what I do.
it's only manifest. I don't understand the question. So you create a new manifest with a 040, whatever.
Exactly. So there is a difference between the plugins, right?
Not if it was up level config plug. Never mind. Anyway, okay. So you have this, but anyway, it could have been solved differently. Never mind. For now, you can define for each one different dependencies. Yeah.
And you don't need to,
Okay.
and it's all automatically generated in the script. You don't need to add anything to the code, right?
No.
And if I want to expand the bridging between the native to the React,
I didn't drill down to the. I didn't drill down to the depth of the bridging, but the bridging is done in this way. Okay. Um, okay. So this is, as we said, the loader. This is the main thing that does everything. Basically, the React Manager is nothing but loading it from the remotely. Okay, so basically all the important code is here in the loader, sorry. Okay, so you have the set extra React packages. Okay, what is React package? React package is kind of bridging. Okay, for example, I'll give you an example. Extra React packages who is using it. This one, okay, get React packages. So basically, get React packages takes the default ones. Takes the default ones and takes all the ones that defined in the manifest. Okay, if you have more. Currently, we don't have more. But the default ones, let's look, for example, to see what is a React package. Okay, so Francois, okay, this one is Facebook's. Okay, this one will always be the main React package. Okay, it's Facebook's, it's not ours. It should always be there. Now this one, the second one, app data provider package. Okay, it is something that Francois created. Okay, React package basically can implement plenty of methods, but the two main, okay, it's like the three main method. The first one, I have no idea what it does. The third one is basically bridging between a React side and native models or something like that. Basically, you can give here a list of native modules. Okay, currently we are only adding up data provider, which we created. Basically, this is, for example, a native module, whatever. I don't want to drill down to it because this is, for example, we are not even using it because it's async and whatever, but basically this is kind of an infrastructure to pull data from the native side, but it is asynchronous. It takes a lot of time to get the values. I don't know why. I mean, it was kind of a playing between Francois and I, but it's not a ready infrastructure. But this is a way for Francois to query some of the things from the native side. Okay, for example, zap styling. Okay, we wanted to create somehow a way for Francois to ask us what is the color for this key. He will return us a key, and then we will return in a color for this key. Okay, why? Because we need the colors from the resources, and the React side doesn't have access to the resources. Okay, I know it's fucked up, but the React JavaScript side doesn't have access to Android resources. So basically, we wanted him to call every time this method, but it is asynchronous. It is very slow, so we just dropped it, and instead we are sending to the React side all the information in advance, which I will not show here, but never mind. So this is something called native module. What?
Small question.
Yes.
If I want to path a view or some Android object, is it possible?
Very limited. First of all, you cannot like move Android objects. You can move a very small type of things, which basically everything that you can move is
right?
No. Okay, this is the module. Okay, let me continue. I will answer on it. Okay, so that one was a native module. Okay, that one was native module. Now, one of the bridging classes, okay, other one type is view manager. Okay, this one creates a list of view managers. This is, for example, what I did currently with Francois for the live screen in one of our apps. Okay, it shows inline player, list of channels, and you can press the channels and switch the stream. Okay, so basically this is manager I wrote. Okay, this manager is very, very generic. Okay, all the logic is almost in the React screen. It's basically some kind of adapter between our player contract, okay, and the React side. So let's go, for example, inside this manager, and this is the way you create views, native views, okay? Again, it's very complicated. Most of it probably will not be understandable, but I don't know. So first of all, you define the React class, AP React Video View, okay? It means Francois will be able to inflate your class by this. I won't show you the React code because I don't have access to it, but maybe if so basically,
Francois will do a tech talk for all developers on the JavaScript side.
Okay, and so you have the get name, which exposes this name to the React side. You have create view instance, which in this method, you create your view and return it. In the React Video View, okay, I just created it here below, okay. Just for convenient, I created a view. View just for convenient because most of the methods should get it, but basically it's a relative layout, nothing besides relative layout. Okay, so I just created it for convenient because if one day it will be a more complex relative layout, so I don't want to, like change all the methods. So in advanced, I just called it by a name, but basically it's just an empty relative layout without anything. You initiate it with the context you get here. You set it to gone, background color transparent, whatever, okay?
So I will need to create a custom view specific for React, or I can't use, like, I don't know, existing...
No, you can. I'll explain to you why I did it, okay? I did it because I need, as you can see, the create view instance, okay, doesn't give you super view. Okay, basically it says, give me a view, and that's it. It doesn't give you a super view. Now, in my method, if you know the player, in my method, I have the update inline player. It's almost the same like in the cell, in the components util. Okay, so I have remove inline and then attach inline. Okay, so the attach inline the player contract takes a super view as a parameter. Now, if I doesn't have a super view because the React side doesn't give me a super view, I cannot send it a super view. So in my case, I had, because of the player contract interface, I had to create the super view on my side to return to the React, and then I know, okay, it takes my super view and puts it in the view hierarchy. And then I use this super view in order to give the player contract the super view to set itself. Okay, you can do whatever you want. I just did it because the player contract API forced me to know the super view, and the React doesn't expose the super view. Okay, so this is why I did it.
You're creating a video view, or it's the
Video view, React video view is relative layout. Okay, you can ignore the React video view. I used it just for convenience. It is just pure relative layout without anything. This is the React view. Nothing, only super. That's it. Okay,
Yeah.
I used it just because the player contract API needed super view, and the React doesn't give me super view. Okay, they expect me to only return to them. Okay, I don't have a way back to get the super view or whatever. It's one way. I'm not gonna go to this resolution, but the pause, resume, stop, everything in this player view manager example, you don't have it, by the way. It's still in the master. It's still on a branch, but the implementation will be changed. Okay, there are different communication patterns between the React and native, and for the pause and everything, it's not good the way we did it. Basically, yeah, this annotation is the way. It will be easier if you have seen the React side, but basically what Francois is doing on his side, just giving it like in one word because I don't want to spend time on it. But basically, Francois does it something like this, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is the way Francois creates a React video view, okay, and calls this method, okay. The source will be a playable map, okay. You have this method that passes the playable map into playable. Oh, no, sorry. Get playable from map, okay. For example, if I have type in the map, so if the type is channel, I take the ID from the map and get the channel from the account. If the type is VOD item, I'm getting the object and then creating from JSON the AP VOD item, same like we do in the, like when loading the children of category or whatever, or something like that. Okay, it's a it's a map which is well defined between the two sides, the React and the native. So basically, Francois does something like this, but for the pause, I mean, the example we built this view manager according to it did something like this: pause equals true, but it's like piece of shit. I mean, it doesn't make sense that if I want to pause, I need to do this. Okay, it doesn't make sense. So you have another infrastructure which we haven't tried for the view manager to also invoke methods. Okay, so for now we agreed that the source it's kind of a React prompt is kind of an initialization method as we see it. So the source makes sense to initialize new value, but the pause and whatever, we are not going to do the same way that the example project did. We will find a different infrastructure. But as you know, the current inline player implementation doesn't do pause, doesn't do resume, doesn't do anything because instead, besides update the level and remove inline player. Another important method that the view manager has is this one on drop view instance, which basically delegate when your view is being removed from the view hierarchy. Also, okay, so in this case, we invoke the remove inline player and to make sure it is the stop is being called and and it is being removed from the view hierarchy. Okay, we call the stop, remove inline, whatever. It's basically those methods are almost identical to the ones in the components util because I wanted it to be similar. Okay, in order to be more easy to understand. So this is the view managers. So if you need to create more view managers, you have
Good luck
two
to you.
options. Basically, what we added in the manifest is React packages. Okay, and as you can see, what I showed you is a bit cheating because the manager, I created it inside the default React package that we created, Francois. Okay, so if you want to create only view manager, and it's not generic, it is something for you, okay, for your app, it's not generic. So basically, you don't have in the manifest option to create the view manager directly. Instead, what you can do is you can create another React package, okay, in your Git repository. Create another React package, and then add React packages, and not specifically view managers and native modules. Okay, so if you want to add one of those, you can create new package and add it in your package. Yeah, if it's generic enough to, like the inline player, okay, the inline player is completely based on the pluggable mechanism, so it's completely generic. So if it's generic enough to be existing in the default package we created, so you can add it to the default package.
So in that case, you added it to the default?
Yeah, in my case, I added it to the default because it's completely generic. It is based on the player plugin, basically. It can be used for any player of Applicaster.
Okay.
And it's like it's pretty much small files. It doesn't have too much information. I don't know.
So what will be the best
It
practice? The best practice will be to create a repository adding this React package and then include it as a dependency?
Okay, so if you wanna create a new plugin,
one. Yeah, let's
new view managers, new whatever, and it's not generic, you don't want to put it in the main Git repository for the React. So basically, you create another Git repository. You put the React repository as dependency to yours, okay, because you want to have the ability to extend this one, okay. And this one is the main in the main React repository. So basically, you just need to create a dependency to this Git repository as well, and like extend the whatever, extend the default plugin, extend the or package managers. Again, I don't think there will be any need to extend the default plugin because it's pretty much generic. Okay, what you maybe want to extend is not extend but create new packages
new
that are
package
not
or
generic.
view manager maybe. These are
Packages or view managers or native modules or like the bridging shit.
Yeah.
Because the bridging can be non-generic completely. Yeah, I agree. But the implementation of the default plugin is pretty much generic. I mean, it takes the extra packages. Okay, it takes the extra packages, as you can see, from the manifest. Okay, the way the extra packages are defined, basically it's array, okay, of class names. It will be something like that. I cannot paste here. Yeah, but it was something like that. Package, and then comma, and then like string array. Package 1, package 2. Okay, it will be something like that. Currently, it's empty because we only use the existing packages. But if you want to add your own packages, so just like do it like that, array of strings, and then the default plugin already knows to take the packages and it creates them by reflection. Okay, you see, it creates the React package by reflection, and in case of success, it sets all the extra React packages on the loader, which adds them to the React request and whatever. So basically, this default plugin does everything for you. It's pretty much generic. The only reason I see to create another plugin is maybe adding special analytics or something, but I don't know. I don't see any reason right now, not good enough to do it. So you'll only need a different Git repository in case you need a package which is not generic. You need to create a non-generic package. This is the only way you will need a Git repository. In any other way, you can just create the plugin in Zap with exactly the same class names, use the default plugin, blah, 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 whatever, and just play with the NPM dependencies and extra dependencies if you need. Okay? For example, for the live, I'll give you an example. For the live screen, basically I added, for the live screen, I added this player view manager, okay, because it's generic. I added it to the package, player view manager, okay, and what I will do when I will want to create it in Zap, I will take this manifest, I will create a new plugin, okay, and I will copy and put the exact same manifest to it, because it has exactly the same components that are relevant for, you know, like for showing this screen. So it will be exactly the same manifest. The only thing that will be different is the identifier and name, right? Yeah, identifier and name.
Reuven, why not to put it in the configuration of the plugin?
I did it like this in the beginning because as I saw, React is more like an HTML, and I wanted to have the same plugin for all of them and allow per plugin to configure it per app, but Ran and Udi think about it differently.
I can explain. When you say something like this, like to add a dependency per plugin,
Example, the plugin packages or something, in order not to create a new one for each.
So I will explain. The plugin, when you are creating a plugin, you're expecting the project manager and soon the user to, in your approach, you're expecting the customer or the project manager to deal with dependencies, and it's not something in his domain completely. It's not something that he knows what to do with. It doesn't mean anything for him to put com Facebook whatever or com whatever. This is one thing. The other thing is that there is a difference when we are talking about the plugin world as a user of the system. I don't care if the plugin is implemented in React Native, if it's implemented in JavaScript, if it's I don't know, whatever it is. I don't care. I want to have this plugin in my system. And to add something that is called default React Native is not clear for the users. This is another reason, and more reasons are related to the fact that I don't want to depend all my plugins on one thing, because let's say that tomorrow, as I said in the beginning, React Native, the dependency, they break something between 0.38 to 1.0. Okay, let's say tomorrow they are going out with their official. There's something.
Oh, but you can edit as a custom configuration. Maybe I don't know.
This is what I'm
You're
saying.
saying basically for the UI and the.
It's because mainly the main two reasons what I said in the beginning. The fact that the user that's supposed to add the plugin, he doesn't need to know all this. It's a lot of knowledge that he doesn't need to know. So this is one thing, and of course there is everything. Again, everything that I believe that everything should be mutable and not everything should be immutable and not mutable. And once you depend on all the on one manifest, on one configuration, you depend the entire system. It could cause you a lot of problems. So these are the main two reasons. The first reason was the one that
I think the first one can solve by I don't know, like in the CMS you have admin and management
and you think that it is clear, the admin and management. I'm not talking about customers, I'm talking about project manager. You think that Alisa needs to know what is COM, React Native, blah blah blah?
No, I'm saying I don't know. Okay, for the developer to put it, but
so for and then you're putting on yourself. I want tomorrow to allow the project manager, customer, whatever, to add their plugins. Think about it as a marketplace. So it should be as easy as possible. And it's not that it's causing an effort, and as I said, it also
just duplicating the.
It's not
the plugin.
duplicating because the manifest has. It's not only the interface to the app. It's also the interface to the user, which has a description, which has the author name, which has the type that it sits under. If I'm developing an inline player that is using React Native, and if I'm developing an EPG that is using React Native, I don't think that they come under the same category.
Okay.
It's like, let's say for the user, if I'm the user, I don't care that it's implemented in React Native. I don't care. It's React Native, whatever it want to. You can implement it in whatever you want. I don't care. So these are the main reasons. But the approach this was the original approach by Reuven. What you ask? Okay, guys, I think we need to finish. So Dror, you will do next week.
Okay.
I think it was important. I will publish it in YouTube, and I will send.
Will I get money?
Money? Maybe from the hospital after your wife will have.
Put every roles and advertise to the the TikTok.
Yeah, it's true. True. We can do podcast. Cool. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Reuven.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.